That was very scary. I thought for sure I'd locked the door last night.
Carlisle Police. Sergeant Russell speaking.
Hi, Sarge. I just wanted to call in and let you know that someone broke into my room last night while I was sleeping.
What? Are you alright?
I'm okay, just rattled. They didn't hurt me. They ran as soon as they noticed I was awake.
Well, that's a relief. Can you describe the intruder? Any details at all?
Not really. It was dark and it all happened so fast. They were wearing all black and a face mask. But height, male or female, age, I don't even have a guess.
Understandable. Starting today, I'm gonna send someone out to periodically patrol the building overnight. Zimmerman, you just volunteered yourself. This will not happen again. The last thing we want is for you to be in danger.
Thanks, Sergeant Russell. That does make me feel a bit better.
Penelope, keep your wits about you and stay safe out there. Always call immediately if something doesn't sit right.
Will do. Thanks for talking.
Keep us updated.
Hello?
Miss Pendrick, Branham here. Oh, I'm happy to have caught you, and you'll be happy to have been caught, I assure you.
Oh, hi, Branham. Did you find anything out?
312 Hillcrest Heights Road, Carlisle, Connecticut. This is the address of the house owned by the Dutch family, who was connected with Escher in the 60s.
Oh my gosh, that's great!
There were no present-day names attached, unfortunately, but this will be a place to start. Before you go traipsing over there, whistling and with your hopes all high, remember that this was 50 years ago. The house could have changed owners multiple times in those decades, and very likely did.
Oh, I understand. No whistling for me just yet.
I wish you luck in the search for intriguing pieces of Connecticut history, Miss Pendrick. And please never hesitate to call.
What's up? Have you ever seen anyone sketchy around the apartments?
Once in a while, a peaceful meth head will wander through because the building looks abandoned. But they don't usually hang around once they realize they can't get into any of the rooms.
You've never dealt with any burglars or break-ins?
Did you get broken into?
Well, I woke up in the night with a masked person standing over my bed.
Oh, something like that happened to me. I'd be packing my bags the next morning. Jeez, you haven't even been here long.
Just be on the lookout and maybe jam a chair under your doorknob at night.
Do you think they're, out to get you?
It seems more likely that they were there to steal something.
Okay, but to be safe, watch your back.
Oh my stars. Is Stacy Leith worried about me?
Nah, I just don't want to sit through even more interviews if you get murdered.
I was wondering, what do you know about the town of Carlisle? Any history? Anything unique? Anything dangerous?
It's a town. It's an old town. The only unique thing about it is that it's not dangerous at all.
So there's nothing you've heard about the town's past that stands out? Like famous battles that took place here, cool landmarks, famous guests?
George Washington was here. Probably. He got around. I know literally nothing about this town, and have no desire to change that.
Okay. I'm just looking for anything local that could cause 3 people to disappear. I'll let you get back to your work. I hope I'm on track here and not just wasting precious time.
No soliciting.
I'm not here to sell anything. I'd just like to speak to you.
I said no soliciting. Don't force me to report you for trespassing.
I'm going to need a different approach. I guess it doesn't work. Would you mind if I asked you some more questions?
Ask away.
Did Gerald ever mention the name Colin Ellison?
That does ring a bell. Yes, he did. A month-ish ago. Gerald seemed slightly irked and said that he had a bad experience with this unpleasant young man.
Did he say what about?
No, but unpleasant is just about the nastiest thing Gerald could call someone, so it probably wasn't anything good.
Do you know if Gerald collects art?
If it's something that can be collected, then assume yes he does.
I mean, does he seek out specific pieces?
I don't know. Sorry.
Thanks for talking.
Never a problem.
You're an engineer, right? Would you know how to fix an old machine?
Engineering is a very broad field, you know. What kind of old machine?
It's an animatronic type carnival game.
I have so many questions, but let's just focus on this one. How is it broken? Like, it won't turn on, it's on but won't move.
It won't turn on. It eats your nickel and then doesn't do anything.
Assuming there's nothing wrong with the power cord, your best bet would be to check the back for some kind of panel. If you can look inside, the problem will be much clearer.
Thanks for talking.
Don't get used to it.
Police. Sergeant Russell speaking.
Penelope here. Could I get some info on an address?
Local? I got a minute to spare right now. What you've got?
312 Hillcrest Heights Road, Carlisle. I need to find out who lives there.
Real nice area. Vintage houses. Not far from the ocean either. Here we go. Owners are Evelyn and Randall Bruke. Wait, no, just Evelyn Bruke. Looks like it was a minute a few years ago.
Perfect. Exactly what I was looking for. While you're at the computer, can you run a quick search on Evelyn?
Is this a new suspect or something?
No, just someone to interview.
Okay, good luck. Okay, Evelyn Bruke, born 1972, no children. There's not much. Here's a newspaper article from 2001. It's a piece on the Strawberry Festival. Mrs. Bruke, 29, stole the show with an excellent display of hydrangeas, dahlias, coneflowers, and zinnias. The quality of the plants was unparalleled by that of the other contestants. Mrs. Bruke has been awarded gold for this year's Summer Bloom Contest. Looks like she's been competing in garden competitions all the way up to present day. There are plenty more articles like that one. There's a couple of obits too. She survived her father Owen's death in 2003, and her mother Claire's death in 2010.
That's plenty to go off of. Thanks, Sarge. Thanks for talking.
Keep doing what you're doing, Penelope.
You again? What did I tell you last time?
Evelyn Bruke?
Yes?
Hi, Evelyn. I'm an amateur gardener, hoping to become less amateur. I came across some articles that mentioned your name and your success in local competitions, and I wanted to ask you for advice.
What zone are we in?
Huh?
Growing zone. You really are an amateur, aren't you? What's your name?
Penelope?
Okay, Penelope. Go prove to me that you've learned the absolute basics, then you can come back and we can have a real talk. You should be able to answer these 3 questions. First, which growing zone are we in? Second, what are the 3 nutrients a plant needs to survive? And third, what 3 pieces of equipment should every gardener own?
I can do that. I'll be back. That's it. That's it. That's it. We are in Zone 6. Plants need nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. And every gardener should have a trowel, watering can, and gardening gloves.
Good, that's right. Go ahead and bring me a flower from your garden, and I can look it over. You can learn a lot about planting conditions based on the health of the plant. I'll teach you what to look for.
A flower from my garden. Got it.
What have you got for me? Forsythia. Oh, lovely choice. I have a few bushes of my own. Come on in. I'll give your plant a look and we can have a chat.
I'm going to have to be very careful about what I say and when to say it if I don't want her to catch on.
See how sparse the flower production is along the length of the branch? This tells me something is off. Plus, if you take a look at the couple little leaves at the top, you can see that they're starting to yellow at the tips. Leaves are great indicators of nutrient deficiencies in general, but unfortunately Forsythia does not have many this time of year. What I'm seeing here is a classic case of nitrogen deficiency. Let me guess, you're using low-quality mulch? And a lot of it?
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it.
I know it's tempting to buy the cheap stuff, but it really is detrimental to your plant's health. Mulch made from waste wood will sap nitrogen from your soil as it decomposes. And also, make sure you're using a layer no more than 3 inches deep.
Thanks for the advice. I came to the right person. Can you tell me more about the competitions in Carlisle?
I always compete every year at the Strawberry Festival. The theme of the competition changes each time to keep people on their toes. There's a show at the Fall Festival too, but it's less of a big deal, meaning no medals. Where's the fun in that?
How many years have you been competing locally?
About 15. I picked up gardening in the mid-90s, then dabbled in it for about 5 years before getting serious.
Wow. It sounds like you've lived here a long time then.
All my life.
You must be an expert on this town then. Do you know of any interesting local history to share?
What's there to be an expert on? I can share where the grocery stores are and how to get to them if that's what you want.
I was just curious. I always like learning fun facts about different places.
Maybe I know too much about one topic that there isn't room for much else.
Okay then. Can you tell me... Is the soil here on your property good quality?
It is now. But before I got into gardening in the mid-90s, my parents would plant tomatoes every single year. Tomatoes are nutrient goblins. Needless to say, it took years of compost and plant rotation to restore the soil.
Oh, is this your family home?
It is. I've lived my entire life in this house. I inherited this house after my mother passed a few years ago. I could never let myself sell it. It'd be like selling all of my family memories.
Had your parents lived here a long time too?
Same as me, but longer. My father and his siblings were actually born in this house in 1936, right upstairs.
That's really cool. And his parents?
My grandmother was the one to have this house built after she immigrated to America at the end of World War I. It wasn't long after she arrived here that she met her future husband, an Italian. How scandalous. And once they married, he could afford to have them this house built. Anyways, I don't want to cut our conversation short, but I need to head out in a minute. It's been good to meet you. Swing by again if you're in the area.
Thanks for the chat, Evelyn.
Oh, and Penelope, remember, nitrogen.
was in the back and saw an absolutely huge, terrifying spider.
Let me guess. You want me to go kill it?
Please, Mitchell. You would be a true hero. It was on the table by the newspapers.
And I thought you were a strong, independent woman who doesn't need a man.
We all have our weaknesses. So, I was in the back and saw an absolutely huge, terrifying spider.
Let me guess. You want me to go kill it?
Please, Mitchell. You would be a true hero. It was on the table by the newspapers.
And I thought you were a strong, independent woman who doesn't need a man.
We all have our weaknesses. Today I live for nothing and have love for no one. Did you kill it?
Yes, I snuffed out a scary plastic spider. You should feel safe now.
Plastic?
Plastic. You were scared of a toy.
Oops. It looked convincing from a distance. Not like I was going to get closer to double check. What made you choose to work in the insurance business?
No one chooses to work in the insurance business. It's just a means to pay the bills.
Have you ever been married?
No. What's any of this have to do with the case? You're not looking for me.
Just wanted some background. Thanks for talking.
Never a problem.
this is fresh. Very fresh. Oh, this is bad. HVDB. When was the last time you said you talked to Gerald?
Months ago by now. Why?
I was searching around his apartment, and in his trash can I found a note that said, "Talk to Stacy Leith," circled in red.
What? That's weird.
I'm guessing he never ended up contacting you.
No, not at all.
Huh. Well, let me know if you can think of any reason in particular he'd want to meet with you.
Sure. Now I'm all weirded out. This is gonna bug me all day. Thanks for that.
It'll bug me for much longer if that makes you feel any better. Thanks for talking.
Don't get used to it.
I don't need to talk to him right now. Mitchell, tell me the truth about what's really going on here. Why are you living in Gerald's apartment?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Seriously, don't try to put on an act. It's just going to make this take longer.
How did you find out?
I have my ways.
I know it looks bad, but it's really nothing nefarious, I promise.
Is that actually the truth this time?
Bring me a Bible and I'll swear on it.
Okay, giving you the benefit of the doubt for a minute. Why?
Logistics, mainly. Since Gerald disappeared and I've been watching the place, it made sense to set up camp here. Plus, I'll be the first to know if he returns or if someone suspicious shows up.
I don't know. Some things just don't seem to track. There's gotta be more going on here.
What do you mean?
Why didn't you mention this early on? Your reasoning seems understandable enough.
I was planning to, but then I just never did. And then after a certain point, it would have just been weird to bring up. You know how it goes.
You shouldn't be worried about avoiding a faux pas when there's an investigation involved. I absolutely need all of your cards on the table at all times. What I'm getting hung up on is that you very knowingly hid that you had a key to Gerald's apartment from the police. They had to climb ladders and look through the windows while you were right there and could have easily let them in.
Stop. Just stop. I was fired from my job, okay? Is that what you want to hear? That I'm a failure and have to mooch off of a missing man to survive? Well, you've done it. You've broken me. Congratulations. I could sense it coming, so I was working at 110%, hoping management would lay off. Didn't matter. They laid off, all right. I was out the door with my stuff in a box before I could blink twice. My lease was about to run out, and Gerald had been missing a few days at this point, so I thought, why not? If he knew, he wouldn't mind.
I'm sorry to hear about your situation, but I doubt you would have been judged for doing what you're doing.
It looks disrespectful to Gerald. Not to mention how many pegs my pride has already been knocked down. And on top of that, there was the chance that the police would have wanted to evict me to keep their evidence clean.
You know what? Let's just look past all this. Keep staying there. I mean, kicking you out isn't going to help the case any.
Right. Thanks. Do you have to report this to the police?
Your secret is safe with me.
I appreciate that, Penelope.
One last thing. What happened with your job? Why were you fired?
Plain and simple. I hated it. I hated it and everyone knew. I hated being on the phone all day. I hated the paperwork. The sheer amount of paperwork I've dealt with is otherworldly. I've had recurring nightmares about filling out paperwork. I couldn't even escape paperwork in my dreams. A small part of me was relieved when I was fired, but a larger part of me knew I now had a much bigger problem on my hands.
Do you think you'll be able to find a new job soon?
An office job? Sure. But then the cycle will begin again. I already see the paperwork looming on the horizon. I was made to be in an office like an elephant was made to be in an office. Just not compatible. Before you ask why I don't find something more blue-collar, take a good look at my arm. I'll never work a job like that again. I used to be a firefighter. I used to be a superhero for a living. The days were full of adrenaline, emotion, great stories, brotherhood, and variety. I could tell when one day stopped and the next began. I made memories that I could remember a week later because they were about things that mattered. Penelope, after this, just take a moment to stop and acknowledge that you can spend your life doing what you love. Not everyone has that, and I want you to appreciate how lucky you are.
Police. Sergeant Russell speaking.
I have an update about Mitchell. Turns out, he's been living in Gerald's apartment since Gerald went missing.
Meaning he lied to us about having a key.
Yes, exactly that. His reasoning was that he was recently put out of work, so he figured staying there couldn't hurt anything. He said he didn't tell us because he was afraid of being evicted.
Good instincts being suspicious of him early on. Does he realize he was a major obstruction to our search? If he does, what it says about him as a suspect is undeniable.
At least, I was able to take a good look around Gerald's room, and I found something troubling. Crumpled in the trash was a note in Gerald's handwriting, addressed to who's pretty likely his daughter. The note outlined what to do if she didn't hear from him. He was absolutely in danger, and he knew it.
That is troubling. We need to focus on moving quickly and decisively. This timer's ticking faster every day.
I know. I hope we can find them before it's too late.
Every troubling note we find is one step closer to solving this case.
Thanks for talking.
Keep us updated.
This is Eileen Davies' cell. Please leave a message or call back later. Thanks.
Hi, Penelope. How's the case coming along?
We're making decent progress. Got a few new leads to follow up on.
Sounds like you're going in the right direction. As long as that direction isn't towards me?
No! No. Anyways, I was wondering... Being a painter must be a difficult profession, having to put your work out there for the world to see. How do you manage the stress?
One thing that helps me is reminding myself that critics are a sad bunch. Their entire career revolves around finding flaws and things that only exist to make the world more beautiful. Like, what kind of person is that? Stalking in the shadows, waiting to pounce and insult your color palette? I swear, they can smell fear.
Do the naysayers ever take a toll on your mental health?
Yeah, I'll admit it. Maybe if I were more of a man, I'd have thicker skin. But my only option is to punch a pillow, scream, and then pick up my paintbrushes again. And again, and again.
Why did you become an artist in the first place? Did you know it would be like this?
I knew even the most famous artists had critics, but I thought of it as a status symbol before I lived it myself. But even if I had known what it's actually like, it wouldn't have mattered to me anyway. Ever since I was really little, felt like I could see more colors and shapes in the others. At the age when kids would say that their favorite color was blue, mine was ultramarine. For fun, I would close my eyes and just watch the images form and change in my head. As I got older, I became obsessed with taking the images out of my head and putting them on paper. This way, I could share them with the world. So you see, I really had to become an artist, or I would have been letting myself down. And I have to stay an artist. Otherwise, they win.
Your past self must be proud of your success. Running your own gallery and all.
Oh, yeah. It was a lot of work, but it was worth it to get where I am today.
What do you do when you're not here?
After work, I'm usually out on the town with friends. Or if I'm feeling inspired, I'll go home and paint. Every couple of months, I'll travel to art shows or to meet up with business acquaintances.
Do you ever spend time in Carlisle?
Carlisle? For all those nights I'm craving a healthy dose of shuffleboard?
Not really your speed?
You'd have to slap a jet engine on this place for it to be my speed.
Do you do commissions or sell work at all?
I don't do as many commissions as I used to, but I'll still take on gigs from time to time. My main source of income is from selling at shows or from the gallery. I cycle most pieces I hang in here a few times a year to give people incentive to come around again and take a look.
How long have these current paintings been on display?
maybe about a month. Hey, Penelope, do you have a minute to talk? There's something I haven't been totally upfront about. I was afraid to tell you sooner because I knew it already looked bad enough. But I said I'd help with the case, so here we go.
What is it? Do you know something?
I have had run-ins with both of the missing people before they disappeared.
What? Both? Gerald Cook?
Don't judge me, but my experience with him didn't go great.
What happened?
Well, it wasn't my fault. He basically insulted me to my face through a letter, but the letter was in front of my face when I read it. He was asking to purchase Cliffside, so naturally, I asked if he would like any of the other paintings as well. He literally replied that he didn't want them because they were hideous.
Uh-huh. Did you ever meet him in person?
Nope, I wasn't going to sell him anything after what he said to me.
The missing woman? Are you sure?
No, not 100%, but someone who fit her exact description was in here a few weeks before the news started going around.
Did you talk to her when she came in?
I tried. When I greeted her and asked if she was looking for anything in particular, she kind of just shook her head and kept walking around the room.
Well, that's her. It has to be. One of the only things we know about her is that she doesn't like to talk. What was she doing?
She was glancing through all the paintings, but then she stopped at Cliffside and was there for, I don't know, a good 5 minutes. She even pulled a little notebook out of her bag and wrote a few things down. I asked her if she had any questions about the painting, and she seemed like she wanted to say something, but then changed her mind. Then I asked if she would like to purchase it, but she just shook her head.
This painting, Cliffside, just keeps coming up. They were both interested in it.
I'll say it again and again. It's my best work. I'm sad to see it missing.
Do you think one of them stole it?
Maybe. I don't know how, though. The gallery has a state-of-the-art security system. Broken window detection, door tampering detection, a pin-activated keypad.
Oh, yes, of course. Where exactly did you paint this painting?
I don't know the exact spot. I just wandered along the cliff edge for a while until I found an appealing angle. There's a popular walking spot around the Hillcrest Heights area. No path, technically, but it doesn't stop people from walking next to the ocean there.
Oh, really? Hillcrest Heights?
Yep. It's hard to get there without trespassing just a little bit.
Is there anything unique about the subject matter?
It's a cliff. They don't vary that much. The painting has grass, then it shows a drop-off into the ocean. That's it. Oh, before I forget. After the lady had left, the cleaning lady had found her bag in the bathroom. I remember she left in a hurry and she must have never come back for it. There's another clue for you. I'll put it in the back corner by the men's restroom. Just a sec.
Her bag? Oh, this is huge. Thank you for sharing, Colin. You really have helped us out here.
Just paying my dues. Now, please, just don't throw me in jail.
If you haven't abducted anyone, you'll be just fine.
Then I'll be just fine.
HVDB.
Penelope, it's unlocked.
Not while Evelyn is here.
How are the kids doing?
If by kids you mean plants, they're doing better. I switched the mulch like you said, and then gave them some blood meal for a boost.
Ooh, blood meal. How extracurricular of you. And yes, I meant plants. It's not advisable to give human children blood meal. People have their fur babies, so why can't I have leaf babies?
For me, babies means babies. I'm relatively new to the area. I heard someone mention cliffs overlooking the ocean around here. Is that true?
Yes, I'm lucky to have such a beautiful spot not far from my house.
I'd love to check it out. Can you tell me how to get there?
I cannot. People in this neighborhood are constantly having to deal with strangers trespassing through their yards and jumping their fences to get to the cliffs. Maintaining our privacy is a constant problem. Just ask our HOA board how many complaints they get.
Okay. I'll look for nice views elsewhere.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of those people who broke into my house last month. Might as well make a stop while they're traipsing through my yard, right?
Broken into? Are you okay living alone like this?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm not worried. This is the only time it's ever happened, and whoever it was seemed like a real amateur.
Did they take anything?
No, and it wouldn't have been hard for them to find jewelry or the like, but I looked through the whole house and couldn't find anything missing.
What do you mean by amateur?
First of all, they broke a side window and cut themselves. If they had just tried these right here, they'd have been able to climb right in. I've been waiting forever for a lot guy to get out here and fix it.
And second of all?
Second of all, caught on the broken glass was what looked like to be a piece of ripped white knitted fabric. The exact kind you'd find from winter hats or gloves. Amateur. My theory is that it was a kid dared to do it by one of their friends.
Maybe. But did you get the cops out here to be safe?
No, not necessary. I'm fine.
Okay, if that's what you say. I just learned something crazy. If you're into art, you're going to love this. Did you know that famous Dutch artist M.C. Escher stayed in this very town in the 60s?
Oh, how fascinating. You learn something new every day.
I'm kind of surprised you haven't heard about this. Your parents would have been living here at that time, and I'm sure it was big news.
Maybe they told me when I was a kid. I don't know. It would have happened before I was born anyway. Why are you so invested in this?
I think it's really cool, that's all. I'm a big fan of his work, especially his impossible structures like Relativity and Belvedere.
I don't think I've heard of those. You'd be better off talking to someone else.
Nice chatting with you. One last thing before I head out. I'm working for the police as part of their missing persons investigation, and... Oh, Evelyn? Are you all right? I'm not here to arrest you or anything. I was just going to ask if you've been visited by a man in his late 60s, white, named Gerald Cook, or an Asian Indian woman in her 40s.
No. Even if I was, I would have just told them to go away.
It's okay. No pressure. I've been asking everybody I run across who lives in Carlisle. Do you know of anywhere dangerous around here?
Around here? No. Maybe they were visiting neighboring towns and got mugged. Didn't you say you had to head out? I don't want you to be late.
You're right. I should get going. Stay safe. That was strange. Not while Evelyn is here. Not while Evelyn is here.
Carlisle Police. Sergeant Russell speaking.
Hi, Sergeant. I have an update. Do you have a kitchenette at the station? I'm going to recommend purchasing some butter. Maybe mushrooms, if that's your thing. And dig out a big old frying pan.
You heard it here first, folks. Penelope has finally lost it.
Main ingredient, hat. Don't forget the deal you made. I find a lead on Jane Doe. You eat a nice, tasty hat snack.
You are really hamming this up.
Oh, true. Ham could be a good side. Mashed potatoes, maybe?
I did make a promise. I'll eat it later and let you know how it goes. But for now, is this true? What did you find out?
Colin made a surprising confession. He told me, unprompted, that he had encountered both Gerald and someone who fit the description of the missing woman before they disappeared. Gerald we already knew. Colin even admitted that they didn't get off on the right foot, so I think he's telling the truth about all this. But get this. Jane actually left her bag behind. Inside, there wasn't any really concrete information, but I do have some new clues to follow up on.
I'll say it once and 1,000 times. Great work. Looks like you called it back when you said the disappearance were related. I wonder what Colin's motive is here.
Well, he probably knows we're onto him and is pretending to be cooperative. You know, to try and throw us off his trail.
That's my guess, too.
I'm starting to see a trend here. It looks like both Gerald and Jane had some sort of fascination with artist M.C. Escher.
And an art collection? Or do you think it's more than that?
Well, I'm not sure, but it seems like they're each searching for some kind of information. Something about Escher's time in Carlisle?
Huh. Good observation. Don't know what it could mean, but it is a link.
Oh, one last thing. Real quick, can you search the date November 22nd, 1980?
November 22, 1980. All I can find is a story about a guy parasailing onto the top of the St. Louis Arc.
I have a feeling that's not what I'm looking for. Thanks, though.
Okay, keep it up.
Yep. And remember, hat. Thanks for talking.
Keep doing what you're doing, Penelope.
I can't reach. That doesn't work. Locked. Those are undoubtedly Dutch names. I'm missing half of it.